Hey everyone, you're watching Sidestep Adventures, and I just came upon this old cemetery on the side of the road, and I thought we would stop and check it out. It's on the side of a pretty busy two-lane highway, but seems to be largely forgotten. There is a grave right there I almost did not see. And I'm going to try to film as much of this as I can. Unfortunately, I have done a lot of filming today and thought I was done, so I am out of batteries. So this is one we may have to return to. And this may kind of be a scouting video, because as I walk up here, I am seeing more. I see even more up here. Up on this hill. Yep, there are even more up here. It looks like this whole little driveway makes a big circle around this cemetery. You can see them up there. Let me go ahead and cut into the woods up here. So yeah, this is for sure a very large cemetery. I'm going to put this in my book of places. Oh, there are graves right there below my feet. I'm definitely going to put this in my places to return to. It's about 80 miles from home, so not too terribly far. Definitely somewhere I can drive back to on a weekend. This is looking like the end of it. I don't see any more up there, so I'm gonna go ahead and start reading as many names as I can before this camera battery dies on me. This is Thomas J. Pritchett, Company D, 45th Georgia Infantry, Confederate States of America. There is a grave right there, covered over in leaves. Now these are pretty new right here. This is Mrs. Charles Brown, for a flashlight. September 28th, 1876, August 11th, 1954. And below it there's a handmade stone Hattie Brown Jeannie, 11/25/1877 to August 12th, 1954. And here's Charles Brown, Charles D. Brown, November 7th, 1874 to February 4th, 1948. Due to lack of time and battery, and I'm going to go ahead and walk back down to the beginning of the cemetery and try to get some of those graves documented, because they're pretty interesting in fences. But I'll stop like for this one. This one looks older and kind of interesting. It's got a crown with a cross through it at the top. And Edward D., son of B.F. and M.F. Taylor, born February 18th, 1871, and died September 10th, 1905. At the bottom, it says, "I love Jesus, and the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." All right, we're now back more towards the front of the cemetery. This is Sarah Johnson, wife of Marcus D. Simmons, born March 29th, 1837, and died July 15th, 1883. And notice how this is the same style as a Confederate stone, because her husband was in the Confederate Army. Corporal Marcus D. Simmons, Company D, 45th Georgia Infantry, Confederate States of America, January 19th, 1834 to July 19th, 18. There is a grave right here. And inside of this wall, there are several graves. And before, one that I really want to get on video down here, so I'm going to go ahead and walk down here and do that before my camera battery dies. Now there's a sign on the side of the road that says that the cemetery was established in 1823, which would definitely make this one of the oldest that I filmed, although I haven't seen that early a date on any of these marked graves. It of course does not mean that they are not out here. This is one I definitely wanted to film. This is a Woodmen of the World monument. And you can see it looks like a tree trunk, complete with ivy growing up at the bottom. These are some of the most beautiful headstones. So Adele L. Colbert, born July 20th, 1881, and died February 5th, 1918. I've always thought these were really unique stones. This is actually the one I spotted when I was passing by. Also buried here are these graves. That one is from 1951, Fanny Colbert Taylor. It's 1951, and there's a Eastern Star above her name there. And L.F. Taylor, with a Masonic symbol above his name, died August 24th, 1922. This is John Thomas Hensley, March 21st to July 14th, 1888, asleep in Jesus. And a broken stone here. Sarah, wife of J.W.J.T. Taylor, daughter of William B. George of Jones County, died April 6, 1879, aged 55 years, 1 month, and 20 days. My trust is in Jesus. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. May we meet in heaven, Sally. Or that should be, may we meet in heaven, Sally. I wonder who Sally was. It sounds like that was from Sally, who now is long gone herself. There's a grave right here. This is one of those concrete tablets like we've seen before, or concrete markers like we've seen before. This should have had a tablet inserted right there, and of course that tablet is long gone. Now inside of this rock wall, which there is no entrance to it, so we'll use this crack to step into it. there is another one of those graves that's now unmarked because the tablet is missing. There is an unmarked grave right there, and a Civil War veteran that is marked, Gilbert M.L. Clark, Company D, 45th Georgia Infantry, Confederate States of America. And you can see what a deep depression in the ground his grave has right there. And so inside of another wrought iron fence here, there are many graves out here, but just one marker, and it looks like it marks them all. There's muscadine vine growing up around the stone. Eva M. Clark, born March 30th, 1862, and died October 15th, 1865. Sally L. Clark, born June 18th, 1863, died October 23rd, 1865. Two children that died very close together. William Clark, born May 8th, 1817, died February 23rd, 1879. And Sarah L. Clark, wife of William Clark, born 1826. And the fact that her death date is not engraved on this stone tells me that she was still alive when this was put up. Now over here is Lucy S. Clark, born March 5th, 1860, and died March 27th, 1886. And I'll see if I can squeeze through right here in this break in the wrought iron fence. And I'd assumed there was something on the back, but there's not. There's no engraving there. So we will move on down this way. I think I've got about 9% of battery life left, so we should be able to document these others right down here. And I already know what you guys are going to say. I should be more prepared, but I've done a lot of shooting today, so I exhausted all of my batteries, and it was just a miracle that this one had as much life on it as it did. I actually had it charging in the car, but it charged pretty slow in the car. So this is Hattie L. right here, wife of W.T. Wright, died July 30th, 1899, aged 25 years. There are more unmarked graves out here. There's a rock wall marking a grave right there that you guys probably can't really see on video. This is Ida May, also wife of W.T. Wright. Died March 30th, 1897, aged 20 years. This is L.B. Thigpen, born February 25th, 1837, and died September 16th, 1918. And two of W.T. Wright's wives are out here, but I do not see his grave. And she died, his first wife there died in 1897 at 20 years old. His second wife died at 1899 at 25 years old. That's pretty sad. Well guys, I'm gonna have to go ahead and wrap this video up because I don't want my battery to cut off on me without doing a proper outro. But I promise you it may take me a little bit, but I'm gonna write this place down, so I will definitely be back out here to do a better documentation. You guys can kind of consider this a preview of this cemetery because there is a lot more to film out here. But I'll be back with fully charged batteries, so don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next adventure.